So Alina's gonna go ahead and record it. And then I'll take all questions. I mean, if you guys have any questions, just go ahead and ask as I'm going. So that way we can make sure that everybody understands it, okay? Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and get started. Alrighty, whenever you're ready, Alina. So
good, I started it.
Okay, great. So welcome to our 30-day pass Forex trading training today. My name is Lynn Blue. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my strategy and how it works. I'm looking for a name for this strategy. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. I have a couple of different ideas, but basically it's a combination of 4 different patterns. I think I'm going to call this the double Dutch strategy. I don't know. But so basically it's a combination of 4 different patterns. So basically I'm taking double tops and double bottoms, and then I'm trading the head and shoulders and inverted head and shoulders. So I'm going to show you guys really quickly how I do this. The double tops and double bottoms strategy is, for the most part, the YOB strategy. It is actually the YOB strategy. It is. The head and shoulders pattern is a little bit different. So basically it works on any time frame. From the 1 minute time frame all the way up to the monthly time frame if you're a swing trader. So you can, but I suggest using it on a 15-minute time frame at the lowest. Actually, really, I suggest using even at the 5-minute time frame at the lowest to be able to follow the rules of engagement. So if anybody has any questions about it, you want the actual, I have actual visuals for this of a chart for the double top, a chart for the head and shoulders pattern. You do the double bottoms and the inverted head and shoulders in reverse. I have an actual visual of a chart, and I've actually written down the rules of engagements as well. So you guys can inbox me or shoot a request in a group, and I'll go ahead and share it in a group if you guys want, okay? So basically what you will do, I'm gonna start on a 1 hour time frame. So it looks like on this particular pair, I can find some setups. So you're gonna squish your screen together, shrink it as much as you possibly can, and just go ahead and just look. I'm just gonna go backwards, of course, because we're just testing this for training purposes. And you're gonna be able to see your pattern that much easier. So if you guys can see, can anybody see a pattern in this space right here? You guys can talk. I want you guys to talk. It's more interactive. Does anybody see a pattern here? Linnea?
Yes.
What pattern you see, Danielle?
Right in the middle, I see a double bottom.
Perfect. Are you talking about this space right here?
Yes.
Perfect. So as the YOB strategy states, you want to set for your double bottom. Well, here, let me go ahead and draw out the double bottom so everybody can make sure that they can see it. So I'm just going to draw it out really quickly so everybody can see it. Market comes back down, and then the market goes up. Everybody can clearly see that, right? It's a huge W, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. Great. So now we can go ahead and play with this chart. So now what I'm going to do is just grab a horizontal line. I'm going to find my low. I like to change my colors. So I have my low for the most part. We're actually going to come down here. And then I'm going to find my high, which is going to be about right here. The reason why I'm finding this as my high is because this is where the market started to drive down on this left shoulder. Let me just double check something. Here, hold on. I'll make sure my thing isn't freezing. Okay, and then we're gonna draw our 50% line. You can draw your 50% line either way. You can either do it, just eyeball it. You're just literally looking for 50% between the high and the low, or you can grab your fib retracement tool and you can go ahead and go from swing high, swing low, however it goes, boom, put your line right here at your 50% of your fib, and then we're gonna delete our fib, okay? So we have our high, we have our low, we have our 50%. Next, we'll need our neckline. I usually change my color for my neckline just so I'll know what's going on here. Counting this point right here is my neckline because that's the peak or the double bottom, okay? Any questions so far? All right, cool. So this is what we're doing. So we have our charted set up for the most part right here. We're on a 1 hour time frame. The space that we are trading is, we're trading this break. We're waiting for the neckline to be broken, and then it has to be retested, and then we take our profit at the 50%. This is the YOB strategy. Everybody should know this. This space right here is where we're trading, and that is a cool 106 pips, okay? So we're on a 1 hour time frame. We're gonna go down one time frame to look for our neckline break and retest. So we have to go back because we are just back testing this. So let me just go backwards. Hold on, guys. Just waiting on it to go back. So does most of you guys, are you charting on TradingView or are you charting on MetaTrader 4?
I use TradingView. I love TradingView. It's my favorite.
Yep, I do TradingView as well. Who is that?
MetaTrader 4.
You do your charting on MetaTrader 4, Trader? Trader's Gift?
Yes.
Great. Oh God, goodness, guys, I can't get my screen to go over. I'm sorry. My internet kind of sucks a little bit here, so it slows down when I have more people on Zoom. So hold on here. Okay, there it goes. So we were on the 1 hour. We came down to the 15-minute because we're gonna drop, once we do our 4 lines for the most part, we drop down to a lower time frame. And that's where we're gonna look for our break and retest of our neckline. Here's our neckline right here. And we know this is the neckline because this is our blue line. So right here, can everybody see my screen really good? Right here.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, cool. So you see right here, we get a little bit of a break, comes back in, but it doesn't like retest and go off. It bounces down. It created a double bottom for the most part, comes out, it comes up. Here's our break. Well, this is our break right here, our official break. And here, this point right here, can everybody see where my finger is at? That's our retest. Yeah, let me open this up so we can actually see these candles. So I want you guys to be able to make sure you can identify this. Okay, so we get the break, the official break right here, and it comes up. We get a retest right here, this candle. We're gonna wait for next bar market, which is what I do once it comes down. I want the next bar market is the next candlestick for the most part that's going in your favor and your bias. We're going bullish, we're looking for a buy. So we want the next candlestick to open and close above the neckline before we enter the trade. So this one did, it did open and close bullish, but it's still a little bit below the neckline. We're not gonna get into the trade yet because we see this wick down here below the neckline. Next candle, bearish candle. We're not getting into the trade even though it's above, it opened and closed above the neckline. This little hammer doji thing, it did open and close above the neckline. It is in our bias, it's bullish. So you can get in. I would personally get in here, but if you don't feel confident with getting in because it's such a small body on this candle, wait for the next candle. This one is still bullish. You can get in here, get in for the buy. Your take profit is going to be at the 50% line. So you get in there. This is your take profit right here. You know that you're only trading from the neckline to the 50%. When you get into your trade, you're gonna see it, this particular situation, it came down some. Don't be nervous, guys. Your take profit is at the 50%. Get in, get out, get your money off to the next trade. Any questions about this? Okay, no questions. For a double top, it's the same thing, but it's in reverse. Now, I do want to add something that I just noticed. When we're trading these double tops and double bottoms, let me go back to our 1 hour time frame. We want to make sure that we're trading, well, what I do at least is I trade only double bottoms and double tops, specific ones. I trade the double bottoms and double tops that where the right shoulder, the body of the right shoulder does not close lower than the lower point, the lowest point on the left shoulder. I just do that, even though the little example that we just did, it did close lower than, and it did follow the rules of engagement. I just don't trade if the right shoulder closes below this line, the lowest point or the highest, well, the lowest point in a double bottom, including the wick. The body closes lower than that point, I'm not gonna trade it, and that's just me personally. It can wick way down below, that's fine. As long as the body doesn't close down there, then I won't trade it. But I just wanted to show you guys really quickly just how to do the double bottom strategy, double bottom, double top. Any questions on that at all? Anybody want to volunteer? Can I get a volunteer of somebody to come on and do, share their screen and go ahead and do one of these trades? Anybody? One person, please, somebody, since there's no questions. Linnea, Sienna, I know you guys know this strategy. We've gone over this a few times. So one of you ladies want to go ahead and show everybody? Trader gift. Alina, Bianca, Danielle.
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay, Sienna, go ahead. Yay! Everybody give Sienna a hand clap.
All right, hold on. Let me pull up TradingView.
Okay. Any chart, any time frame, doesn't matter. I'd use this strategy, guys, on cryptocurrency, stock market, gold, platinum, silver, anything. If I can't find a setup on my pairs that I actually trade, then I will go and search for a setup.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I didn't check this here. Oh, Alina, you said your baby's watching TV. Oh, Linnea, you were on your phone. That's cool. And Alina, you pretty much trade the same way. Great, great. Double bottoms and double tops, they happen all over the market all the time.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So I just randomly picked EU.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna scrunch up my screen. Let's see. That's the one we did the other day.
Yeah.
Here, let me pick a different pair. Let's see. I don't think I have any more. Oh wait, maybe I do.
I think this is the one. Okay, you have to go back pretty far. This is the one I just did. Can you choose a different pair?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do UCAT.
That looks like a, yeah. Could try a different time frame if you want, or go closer towards the end. It looked like it was a double bottom. It could be a double bottom, double top, doesn't matter. If you can find a double top, that'd be really good.
Okay.
So I just did the double bottom.
There's something on GBP NZD, but it's a double bottom, not a top. If you want to check that out.
GBP NZ. Oh, is this one right here? It's hard to tell.
That looks like a head and
Yeah,
shoulders
it's
going
like a
on.
head and shoulders, yeah. And then the right shoulder, it still ended up higher than the left. So you're good. Try another one. There's a double top.
You mean over here?
Yep, you can do that one. Well,
because the second
the
one-
right shoulder is higher. It closed higher, yep. Okay. Try a different time frame. Go down to the 1 hour. Let's see if we can find something. Or let's try gold. You have gold over there. Oh. Let's see what gold has on it. Let's try to. Let's go up to the 4 hour.
That's,
Oh,
is
that's
that
a
one?
double top. Let's open it up some.
It could be, right?
Well, remember what we do to find out if it's valid or not. You'll go ahead and just chart it out.
Okay. All right. So
Find your high, your low, and your 50%.
you don't go off the wicks, right? You go off the body.
Yes, you go off. You just want to make sure the body of the right shoulder does not close higher than the highest point on the left. So it didn't close higher than the wick, but we go off the wicks.
Oh,
The wicks. Yeah.
here we go.
There's your high and your low.
Would the low be right here?
The wick. Go all the way to the wick. Yep. Find your 50% between the two. Ooh,
Sorry, guys, I'm tired.
you're good. Great. And now find your neckline. Point to it, put your cursor right at your neckline. Nope, I would come down some more because you see the other wick was lower than that.
Down here?
That's where the lowest wick is, in the middle, right? So now in this situation, it is a double top, guys, but the space that we're trading is between the neckline and the 50%. Now it's up to you, Sienna, if you want to go ahead and take those pips. You can count those pips by grabbing your ruler. I personally wouldn't take it. That's like, what, 10 pips?
It's nothing.
If that.
Yeah.
That's not even 1 pip, Sienna.
Okay, that one's lame.
Definitely. So, but I wanted you to do that because so that way in the future you would know. So
Yeah.
in the future, if you guys ever have any questions like, okay, is this a valid double top or valid double bottom? All you have to do is chart it out. It doesn't take long. It's 4 lines, and then just use the measuring tool to measure it out. You can click that
But
little.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, let's say this was happening right now, and like you were like right around here, and you were charting it out. How do you know? Like, how would you know that this would be invalid if you're like right in the middle of it?
Because I'm measuring from the neckline to, I'm drawing my high, my low, my 50% between my high and my low. That's already formulated. That's all on the left shoulder. So, and then you have the double top that forms at the top, which is far above where your pointer is now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm drawing my 50% between my high and my low. The neckline has already been formed as well. So we're just gonna act like everything over to the right hasn't happened. Only the double top has happened. And it's time to calm down. So You can go ahead and hit your little trash can on the right above your star, and let's go ahead and find another one. So you can delete all your drawing tools. On the bottom left. I'm sorry. The trash can up top, above it.
Oh.
You're good. That deletes all your draw tools. Or you can tap on it and deletes everything. Okay. Now squish your screen together. We're just gonna find another one. Time is okay. We have enough time. That one that looks like that neckline came more than 50% down. Oh, okay. Keep going. It's a double bottom. We just want to find a double top. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. A ton of head and shoulders patterns and double bottoms. Keep going. Okay, nothing. So we can go to UJ. Let's go to you. Let's go to UJ.
I'm going to take all this off. Okay.
Yeah, and we squish our screen together so we can easily find a setup.
Yeah, that's as small as it goes.
That's fine.
What about up here?
You can do that one. Yeah, you can do that one. That's a double top.
Okay.
So find your high, your low, your 50%, and your neckline.
Oh, where did my tools go?
Hit that X for that empowering thing. Where's your toolbar?
It was just there.
It was. That's okay. Go ahead and just grab your horizontal line. Huh, your toolbar completely deleted itself. I don't even see it. Wow.
Okay, so
Get your high and your low.
oops.
Nope, that's your neckline. What is that? Oh, that's what you're doing as your low?
Yeah, where would you put the low down here?
Bring your low down some more. Bring it down right about there. Yeah, I will put it there. Because, and the reason why, Sienna, is because if you look at the left on the bottom, for your low, that's where the market started to make this uptrend. That's why I will put the low right there.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now between your high and your low, go ahead and draw your 50%.
I don't know what happened to my tools, just disappeared.
I don't know. We can fix it though. That's 50%.
Mm-hmm. Is that good?
Everybody? Yep, that's good. Can everybody see Sienna's lines? You guys can see how she placed them?
The pink lines?
Yeah. Next time when you do it, Sienna, do them white. We can see them clear. Okay, Bianca can see them. That's great.
Okay.
All right, great. So now we're measuring. What I will do is, I mean, if you guys want, just for starting off, go ahead and measure the space between the neckline and the 50%. That's the space we're looking to catch our pips. It looks like it's plenty. This is on the 1 hour chart, but you can measure it if you choose. At this point in time, we go ahead and we would go down to, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Yep, easy 75 pips, wonderful. So now we'll go down, we're on the 1 hour time frame. We're gonna go down to the 30-minute time frame. We're gonna go down one time frame. We're looking at that right shoulder, and what we're looking for is the break and retest of the neckline before we get in.
Where was I at?
I know, it's right here somewhere, I believe.
Oh, over here.
Is this it?
Is this it?
Squish it together. I don't think so.
Hey, Lynn, when you get a chance, will you explain to Bianca what you mean by the 50%?
Yes.
Thank you.
Is this it?
I'm not sure. Go back up to your 1 hour. And it's hard when you're back testing this.
I think this is it. It looks like.
You think this is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it? That's a head and shoulders pattern there. I don't think that's the neckline. Let's put a, we're gonna put a box around it. Go ahead and find it, and we're gonna.
Oh, this is it over here?
Yep, that's it right there. Let's go ahead and make it in the middle of the screen, and let's put a box around it. Is that it? Yes, that's it. So really quickly, let's put a box. Let's go over to the right, or actually, look at the date. It looks like it's August 16th. That's where we are, around August 16th at the bottom. So we're gonna go and find August 16th. But before you move the chart, let's explain to Sienna what the 50% line is. So when you find your double top or your double bottom, Sienna or Bianca, you're gonna mark off your high, the high of your double top. That's where your 2 M's are, or the 2 points are at the very high. That's the high where Sienna has her pointer. And then you wanna find the low of the double top that you're trading. The low is gonna be where that impulse happens on the left leg to push the market up to create that left side of the M. And your 50% is the space, is 50% of the space between the high and the low. So you can either, you got it? Okay, cool. So you can either eyeball it, Sienna or Bianca, if that's okay, or you can use your fib retracement tool and go from swing high to swing low, or vice versa, doesn't matter, because it's still 50%. 50 is 50. So that's your 50. And your neckline is that point where the middle happens for the M or the W, the little converged point. All right, cool. So around August 18th, August 9th, or July 19th, you're welcome, Bianca. July 19th, Sienna, let's go down to our 30 minute.
Okay.
We're looking for our neckline break and retest for our double top. Right there, right? Yep, right there. So there is our double top. So we see our high, our low, our 50%. So we want the neck, we get the neckline break with a very strong bearish candle, huge, strong bearish candle. More than likely on a 30-minute chart, that was the news.
No,
So
yeah.
it broke, and then it came back up and retested the neckline. Can you point the yeah, perfect. That's the retest. At this point in time, we're gonna wait for next bar market, meaning we're waiting for the next candlestick going in our favor, in our bias, and that's a bearish candlestick. So next candlestick after the retest was indeed bearish. We're waiting for that to open and close below the neckline in a double top. In a double bottom, we're gonna wait for it to open and close above the neckline. And then we'll enter for our sale at that on the next candle.
So you would enter right here.
That next candle would have been, I would have just entered after that candle closed, literally. That long bearish candle, our bearish engulfing candle right there, right. I would enter after that close. I'm entering right after, yep, right there for the sale. My take profit is the 50% line. You see it hit.
Awesome.
You see it right there, it hit.
You're talking about right here, right?
Yes, ma'am. It hit right there.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like we were saying the other day, you're almost never in drawdown too.
Yeah. Sometimes you are, and your take profits, I set my take profit about anywhere from 5 to 20 pips above my entry. So it's up to you guys where you want to set your take profit. In this case right here, the space between the neckline and the right shoulder is so shallow that I would actually set my take profit in this case probably close to like right at the right shoulder. But for overall just a blanket stop loss, I will set my stop loss 5 to 20 pips above my entry. If it's a double bottom, 5 to 20 pips below the entry.
5 to 20 pips. Okay.
So when you guys are back testing this, you'll set your stop loss, you know, whatever you're most comfortable at, but 5 to 20 pips above or below entry. That's it for stop loss. Take profit is at the 50. All right, great job. Thank you, Sienna.
Yeah, of course.
Great. I'll show you guys real quick how I trade the inverted head and shoulders and the head and shoulders pattern. Any questions so far about double tops and double bottoms? All right, cool. Cool. All righty, cool. All righty, so for our, let me see. Let's go to our, let me see what I have over here. Let me see. No, I'm not gonna do on any of my charts. So I'm gonna do a different chart. So let me see, GBP. Well, yeah, we can do this chart right here, actually. Oops. No. This is UCAD. Let me see if, is this a trade that I'm actually in or am I waiting to get in? Oh, I already did this trade. This trade is old. So here, let me just delete this chart. So I'm gonna show you guys the inverted head and shoulders. And it's basically just an upside down head and shoulders. And then I'm gonna explain to you guys my logic behind trading these 4 patterns. So first off, let me just draw the pattern out. I use the head and shoulders tool, and I start my first click from my head and shoulders tool right here where I can visualize my neckline. So I start there so it can be a nice clean pattern. To come out clean. So I'm gonna draw out my head and shoulders. All righty. So there goes my head and shoulders pattern right there. Ooh, right there. Beautiful pattern. And what I use for the head and shoulders pattern is I use a, okay, cool. I use the, I'm not sure if you guys use it, but I use the Fibonacci retracement or extension tool to help me get my take profits. So I click on my fib extension tool, I click from the head to the neckline, and then I click back on the head. Now the Fibonacci extension tool is a 3-click process for the most part, that's what it is. And then from here, these are our take profits, and it's up to you, like how ambitious of a trader that you are. You can either hit your take profit right here at the 127.2. That could be take profit 1. Once the market makes it to the 127.2, it usually goes into a bit of consolidation for just a moment. At that point, you could either put another position in if you wanted to. That's what I usually do. And then I'll take that. You can take it to the next, it goes to the next take profit. This could be your second take profit, the 141.4 or 0.1. And my actual, and I usually put another take profit there or another position there. And my actual take profit is always for the head and shoulders and inverted head and shoulders. It's always at the 161.8. That is my final take profit. So the way we trade this pattern here, similar to the head or the double tops and double bottoms, we wait for a break and retest of our neckline. If you're able to, if you want to, you can go ahead and throw a trend line right here. So that way you can identify your neckline if you want to. Me personally, I don't necessarily do that, but you can. Once you get your break, and you can clearly see it right here. Usually I will go down to a lower time frame as well. You get your break of the neckline, you get your retest, which turns out to be a deep flag, and then it comes up. Once it comes back, after you get that retest, you can get in for your buy. Set your take profit at the I set my take profit at the 161.8. Once it makes it to the 127.2, I'll move my stop loss up. I'm sorry. My stop loss is always like 5 to 10 pips. About 5 to 10 pips below the right shoulder or above the right shoulder in reverse. But this is my stop loss right here, 5 to 10 pips below the left shoulder or the right shoulder. So once the market makes it to the 127.2, I move my stop loss up to break even. And at that point in time, your stop loss or your take profit is at the 161.8. If you want, you can enter another position at the 127.2 stop loss, or I'm sorry, your take profit being right here at the 161.8, stop loss being at where your initial break even point was. Once the market makes it to the 141.1, when it comes out of its bit of consolidation and it shot down, blah, 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 then it starts to move up. And then it makes it to the 141.1, trail your stop loss, both stop loss, well, you control both stop losses up here. Your first position is now in profit. Your second position is set at break even. Makes it to the 141.1. Usually it does a bit of consolidation, which it did right here. Once the market makes it out of this bit of, well, it really did, well, it did a little consolidation right here. It came up here and then it came back down. So you can trail the stop loss like that. In this situation, you would have got stopped out, but you just trail your stop loss up from level to level. At each level at 141.1, I'll put in another position to the 161.8. So initially I have 1, 2, 3 positions on one, all based off of my fib levels for the most part. Now this is one way to trade the inverted head and shoulders and the head and shoulders pattern. Let me show you guys another way. Not everyone is comfortable with Fibonacci and using fibs, and I get that. So what you could also do as well is you could take your trend line and you can just trace from the head to the neckline. What I do is I just right click and I'll just clone this line. I want an exact replica of this line. Was that a question? Okay. So I want to clone it so I can have an exact replica of this line. I'm going to take this trend line and place it right at the beginning of the right shoulder, right there. And guess what? Your take profit will be set. Oops. Your take profit will be at the end of this right shoulder. Oops, wrong line. Sorry, guys. Ooh. Oh, can't grab my line. There we go. So your take profit will be right here at the end of that cloned line. Either way it goes, you're going to catch some money. So it's just up to you as to which way you want to trade this. Same rules apply. You wait to enter until you get the break and retest of the neckline. You'll get in. Next bar market, when the candlestick is in your favor, it's going to be a buy. That's 121 pips if you did it that way. If you took it from, I would say I would realistically enter probably about right here. You took it to the 161.8, it would have been 134 pips. Take it down here to the cloned line, it would have been 95 pips. Either way, that's a really good trade. Any questions about trading this head and shoulders pattern, inverted head and shoulders pattern? Any question at all, guys? Okay, cool. So this is something that I noticed with the markets, okay? Let me go to the daily time frame, because you may be able to see it easier. This is UCAD. I'm really not a fan of this pair. Let me see, maybe we can't do it on a weekly. So what I notice in the market is this. I notice that when you're trading these pairs, the market does this. It literally is going to give you at the very top of a big trend, for the most part, it's going to give you either a head and shoulders pattern or it's going to give you a double top, literally. The head and shoulders pattern and the double top patterns, they drive the market down. That's their sole purpose, is to drive the market down. Sometimes, even though you guys can clearly see that this is a downtrend, you may find a double bottom in here, and I don't see, well, or you may find an inverted head and shoulders. Double bottoms and inverted head and shoulders drive the market up. So when you are trading these patterns and you're catching them on the higher time frames, and you're able to catch one either at the very top of the trend or the very bottom of the trend, be careful of finding a pattern. You'll always find patterns within patterns, but be careful of finding opposing patterns within that trend, okay? So like right here, for instance, this is clearly a downtrend. We all see that. But we do have an inverted head and shoulders in this pattern. So while you're trading this pattern, you're waiting for your break and your retest to happen. And this bit of consolidation happens, so to say, pattern forms, and you're like, hold on, wait, this is an inverted head and shoulders. I'm gonna go ahead and trade this up against the trend. Be very careful because you could easily get stomped in to that trade and taken out because you're trading against the pattern. So really quickly, I'm just gonna check to see how high this pattern, if this pattern actually completed at the 161.8 or the 141.4. And just for, I wouldn't even call that an inverted head and shoulders. I really wouldn't, but well, I guess maybe it is. I really wouldn't. And another thing with these patterns, when they do formulate, I wouldn't trade this or consider this as an inverted head and shoulders. No, not me. I wouldn't. It probably is, but I wouldn't consider that as one because the peak, this right here is like a double bottom, and I wouldn't count that as a peak coming down like this right here. You know what I'm saying? When you're trading these 4 patterns, for the most part, you want to trade them only if they are coming from a strong, another strong pattern. The purpose of these 4 patterns, the head and shoulders, the double bottoms, the double tops, the inverted head and shoulders, is to change the direction of the market. That is a purpose. So in this case, let's see, this is a huge double top, I'm assuming. Let me go to the weekly time frame so I can actually see it. Yeah, and it is a huge double top. No, that's not all of it. Oh gosh, my computer just freaked. Oh, that is all of it. So this is a huge, well, it's a double top, but this is the deal, guys. This double top formation that happened right here, it happened because it's coming from a downtrend or an uptrend. You see what I'm saying? Right here, it's coming from an uptrend to form this double top, to change the direction from being an uptrend. It wants to push the market down. In order for it to push the market down, it has to create some form of a reversal pattern. This huge downtrend that this double top created, the market decided it doesn't want to be a downtrend. So what did it do? It created a huge double bottom, and as an effort to push the market up. Does that make sense to you guys? I know this is on a larger scale. Let me find another pattern. Let me see, UCHEV. There's usually a lot of patterns on UCHEV. Let me come down to, oh God, I got too much going on. Okay, here we go, right here. So for instance, right here, this inverted head and shoulders, can you guys, well here, I'll just draw it out. Let me draw out this inverted head and shoulders pattern. I'm looking at this peak as my neckline. This is my left shoulder. This is my head. This is my right shoulder. Wait. I'll take this as my right shoulder. Yeah, I'll take that as my right shoulder. Nope. I'm taking this as my right shoulder. Right there. When we look at this pattern, what we're looking at is we're looking for this pattern to come from, the purpose number 1 is for it to change the direction of the market. So we want to verify that it is coming from a huge downtrend, and what the market wants to do right now is it wants to go into an uptrend. In order for it to do so, it has to create a pattern. That's what it has to do. So we draw out our head and shoulders pattern. And you guys can start playing with these tools to be able to know how to use them. My computer's all over. Anyway, I'm gonna use my bib extension tool. I'm going from the head, the neck, and back to the head. My take profit is right here at the 161.8 once again. And it hit all day. Thank you. It hit right there. That's my take profit. Once it made it to and my stop loss, let me show you guys. My stop loss is right here. I can't really write on top of that, the wording, but it's like 5 to 10 pips below the right shoulder. That's my stop loss. So, I mean, you can, if you're not as aggressive of a trader, that's fine. You can take your stop loss or your take profit to the 127.2, take your stop loss or your take profit to the 141.4. That's fine. Whichever one, that you feel comfortable with. I've been trading these for a little bit now, so I've been watching them. So I'm comfortable with the 161.8. I really encourage you guys to go ahead and go through the market, open up your demo accounts, and go ahead and try this strategy out. Because it helped me at least to be able to make sense of the market and to make sense of trading. And knowing that at the top of a big trend, I'm going to find one of these 4 patterns, that helped me to be able to see the patterns better as well. Like right here, for instance. We have a pattern right here. The market is a huge uptrend. We get like a double or triple top right here. It's an M, you know what I'm saying? And then it because it wanted to move the market down. Draw out your high. Here, hold on. So from here, you're going to draw out your high. Draw out your low. Do your 50% in between the high and the low. You can eyeball it or you can use your fib. Your fib retracement. Fib extension tool, we use that on our head and shoulders pattern. So is that the 50 almost? So you can clean it up, bring it down to the 50. That's cool. And then we want to just draw our neckline. We can draw our neckline right here, which is the peak, the lowest peak up here. The point we're trading is this space in between the neckline and the 50%. If there's a chance where the neckline meets the 50% zone, then that's not a trade that you're going to take because you're not going to be able to catch any pips. You get into the trade once you get a break and retest of your neckline. Right here, we got a break, we got a retest. Your stop loss, you can set it like 5 to 10 pips above the right shoulder. That's safe. Me personally, I set it right at the I set it 5 to 20 pips above my entry. So it did come up and it kind of, actually here, this is our right shoulder right here. So we get our break, we get our retest. This is the retest. Well, actually here, it came right back and retested right away, actually. So then we would get in next bar market, take it for the sale. Take profit is right here at the 50% zone. Any questions, guys? Any questions at all? Okay. Can you repeat that? I'm sorry, Bianca, I missed what you were asking me to repeat. Oh, UCHEF. Alina, you said for me to check out UCHEF, and I just happened to go there. That's cool. On the 4-hour. Let me know what you think. Okay, can you repeat that? We'll go look at it. Yes, same here, and catch big moves if you look at higher time frames. Correct. Do you have a PDF for your strategy? No, but I use an app called Color Note, guys. It's available on all Play stores, all platforms, all phones. It's a free app. And I have typed out my strategy and I have it saved. I have this strategy, these strategies, I have them saved in Color Note amongst a crap ton of other things. Color Note is an electronic file cabinet for you to have on your phone. So I will send this to you. Only trade 3 patterns of, oh, you only trade 3 of those 4? Yeah, you can go ahead and just start peeking in at the rest of them or the others. Oh, this is the 4-hour right here. Okay, Linnea. Wow, great minds think alike. Let's see what's going on where the market is right now. Let me just delete this chart. Okay. So right now, I don't see anything. I do see a huge, well, I see an inverted head and shoulders pattern right here. Right here, there's no There's nothing like this. I wouldn't even count this as a double top because look at all of this momentum. I mean, and I would not count, hold on. I would not count this here as, I wouldn't trade this pattern as a double top right here. Main reason is because the right shoulder candlesticks, the candlestick looks like it, it closed higher than the left shoulder. It may trade like a double top, and that's cool. I mean, a double top is a double top. It's gonna do what a double top's supposed to do, but you're not gonna be able to get those safe, easy pips. That's what I consider that, those safe, easier pips. So like here, I'm gonna place my horizontal line at the highest point of what I deem my left shoulder is. If this is what you're deeming as your left shoulder right here, this is what you're deeming as the left shoulder, this is what I see at least, the candlesticks on the right, they close higher than the left shoulder. They could have closed underneath, as long as they close underneath this line, and they can wick way up, that's fine, not a big deal. It's still gonna work for the strategy, but I personally don't see this as being as normal or working as often on a continuous basis when the right shoulder closes higher than the left. And that's just me. So for me personally, no, I wouldn't trade that. But it's a possibility that, I don't know, I would just wait on this one, or I come down to, or actually here, let me go up to the daily. Maybe we can see something on the daily. See, on the daily, there we go. See, on a daily, let me show you guys really quickly because I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time. But look how you get these big swings. So down here on the bottom, you get a head and shoulders pattern, and then it swings up. And then right here, you get a double top right here, and it swings down. Right here, you get a double bottom. Boom, and the market swings up. Right here, you get a double top, and the market swings down. You see what I'm saying? So that's what the market does over and over and over. Even right here, you get a double top and the market swings down. That's all the market does, back and forth, left and right, over and over and over and over again, for the most part. At least that's how I trade it. This right here, let me just show you guys really quickly, and then we're gonna be done. This is indeed a double top, but the neckline, which is right here, it's more than 50%. It's like 61.8% of the whole move, which is from right here being our low and this being our high. This is like 68% or 70%, about 60% of the actual move. That's why I wouldn't trade it, because it's just too low. Alrighty, guys. So I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time. It's already been an hour. I hope this helps you guys. Oh, Nikki's still busy. She wasn't able to make it, so that's fine. Anybody have any questions at all? Alina, you have the recording, so please drop it in a group, in our group. And any questions? Did you have a question, Alina?
No, I was just going to say thank you. And yeah, I'll drop it in the group once it's done converting.
Thank you. You're welcome, Sienna. You're welcome, Bianca. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. We're all friends already on Facebook. I friend requested all of you guys. So I thank everybody. And if you guys have any questions, you can ask in the group as well. That's not a problem. All righty. Thank you, guys. I'll go ahead and get off, and you all have a wonderful night.